What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. A few weeks ago, Brittany Renner went to Instagram and made a really interesting post describing people talking about single mothers. Actually, the caption on the post was called "Single Mothers Have No Value." And she took this time to push back on some of the narratives out there.
Single mothers have no value. Okay. It's my preference. I don't want to be with a single mom. Okay. We live in a feedback system. I don't need 100 men, 10 men, 5 men to choose me. All I have to do is choose myself. And my outer reality will reflect that. Because, baby, I ain't in the business of convincing. And I think these conversations that seem to only happen on social media because and they don't translate in real life. We're here, but we're not here. I think it's important to separate what's a podcast conversation versus what people actually care about. All the men that have reached out to me as of lately have no children and want several. It's easy to debunk these regurgitated, echoed narratives. A lot of men want to control how other men see women because they don't want them to want you. They don't want them to be able to see you. They want you to go put yourself on the clearance rack. Consider the source. There's a difference between high value and high quality. High value is Scar. High quality is Mufasa. I choose me, and everything in my world chooses me too.
Now, as you can see, she's saying there's several men in her inbox, wanting to have kids with her, or guys in general, while even she has kids and they don't. What's going on in the real world is not happening on social media. And basically, men want to force women onto the clearance rack, okay? And so it's only important if she chooses her. Let's be honest. It's important to have self-confidence, to believe that you are actually worth something. Nothing is wrong with that. What ladies don't understand is that if you have a baby father who chooses somebody else, it makes you look really bad, okay? And what am I talking about?
So PJ Washington has now been ordered, according to reports, to pay $5,500 a month in child support to Brittany Renner. This is coming off the heels of her coming out and saying that he only pays $2,500 a month. We just saw the video not too long ago of her acting a fool and somebody yelling, "You doing all this, but it's $11,000 in your kid's bank account." Like, that's not a lot of money for a little kid. Well, now that kid is going to be getting $66,000 a year from PJ Washington. And this is the price that you pay when you lay and get somebody impregnated like Brittany Renner. Now, that kid is going to live a pretty decent lifestyle as long as she's not taking away from that $66,000 and doing something for herself, which we know that's a very strong possibility that that's going to happen. But for his peace, he got off light if he can keep the situation calm between those two, which is probably going to be pretty hard from the video that went viral on the internet a couple of weeks ago. Now, PJ Washington just signed an extension with the Dallas Mavericks for 4 years, $90 million. So I'm not going to come on here and say he's getting robbed, because he's making $1.3 million a month. That's not even 1% of the salary that he's making in the NBA. So that's why I say that's the price that you pay when you lay and get somebody impregnated like Brittany Renner. But once again, to all you young athletes who continue to watch me, let this be a message for you. When you get to the league, or when you start making some real money, watch who you get pregnant, because the more money you get, the more problems it will be. And you see the problems that PJ Washington has been through with Brittany Renner now being ordered to pay $5,500 a month in child support. And in my opinion, that's the price you pay.
I want to give a shout out to the brother D-Rich TV1 on TikTok. Go check him out. He's making some very interesting points here, okay? But the main point that I want to talk about is, yes, PJ Washington definitely made a mistake by having a kid by Brittany Renner. But what's also not being talked about is he was able to go and give somebody else the life that you're not getting, and then you went and got a dusty life from Kevin Gates for all of 2 months. And then what else happened? Well, you're getting $5,500 a month, which means that as a baby mama for a guy who just signed a 4-year, $90 million deal, that's not good, all right? There are many guys on YouTube who could afford to pay that as child support, let alone a guy making $1.3 or $1.2 million a month over the next 4 years. And so what ladies believe is that, oh, you know, when a guy is saying this about me, it doesn't really apply to me. Yeah, once a guy hears your story, let me tell you ladies something. Once a man hears your story, no matter what you say, I left him because of this, I left him because of that, then you can identify who the baby daddy is. Again, if your baby daddy is a bum, he doesn't have nothing, he's not doing well, I mean, it still looks bad on you, but you can talk like that, okay? You made a mistake. When you start talking about the fact that, oh, I have real value because I choose me, and then we see your baby daddy or ex-husband move on to somebody who looks equally as well, his life is doing better without you, it's hard to defend that sort of language. And a lot of ladies don't understand is that when men hear this, we don't necessarily say a lot about it. We just like take mental notes of it. We're like, this lady had this dude, she's getting child support in this amount, and he's only giving her this. So then what do you say? Why should I do anything for her? I would be stupid to do anything for her. And most men will think like that. Oh, so you had a baby by him, then you were dealing with Kevin Gates. So you went from a guy like PJ Washington, he was already young. You go to Kevin Gates, then you're talking about how only you choose you. Well, okay, wait a minute. Something wrong with her. She fine, so this is what I'm gonna do. Booty clapping sounds? I can only use you for cheek clapping it up. That's the only thing I can do with you. And a lot of ladies feel like they're talking empowerment language when they talk like this. But a lot of guys, especially guys who are a little bit more savvy, have experience, we're not listening to what you're saying. We're listening to what you're not saying. And this is something that a lot of ladies don't understand. Number one, some of y'all just talk entirely too much. You know, some of you, instead of just taking the L and being accountable for some mistakes that were made, and let's say, for example, if a guy says single mothers are not worth that much or they're not that valuable. If you really know you're valuable, you don't have to justify that with a clapback, all right? You just don't. I mean, for me, I've been told you're black, you're ugly, you're bald-headed or whatever. Look, if you don't really care about that narrative, it doesn't bother you. You wanna know why? Because you feel that you're good. Once you know that you're good, it doesn't really matter because somebody will choose you. The problem with Renner is you're bragging about people who wanna choose you, but these are people that you don't want. So you're talking about all these guys who wanna date you and be with you. But you know what the funny thing is? What you're not saying is none of those guys make you feel like PJ at first. None of those guys make you feel like Kevin Gates. Because that's what you want. Whatever a guy makes you feel like something, you don't want that person. You're just entertaining an offer. Which means even if that person had everything you wanted, it doesn't matter. Like, let me just say this. Most businesses, most teams in sports, if you can perform, okay, you will get the job. Let me give you an example. The 49ers. My 49ers drafted Trey Lance. Probably one of the worst drafts ever. I think it's 2021. The next year, Trey Lance becomes a starter. He gets hurt in like the second game. Jimmy Garoppolo comes in. He gets hurt. Brock Purdy comes in 7th round. All right, last pick of the draft. Nobody expects Brock Purdy to play, but he's 3rd round. Brock Purdy comes in, plays. We go to the NFC Championship against the Eagles. He gets hurt. But the next year, even though we had invested all that money as far as trade capital for Trey Lance had to go, all right? And basically it was, look, he's the one that's performing for the team. He can get us there. Women don't necessarily look at men like that. Okay, here's the guy that can get me there. Here's the guy that's performing. Here's the guy that honestly has what I need. He can take me to another level. He cares about me. That I should care about him. Women can discount all of that stuff that you're doing for them and say, oh, that's nice that he's there, but here is what I really want, okay? And that's one of the downsides of women. Like, they'll have good opportunities. Like, dudes really want to date them, want to be with them, want to do all kind of stuff. Like, for sure, no problem, we'll do it. But then guess what? I don't want him. But brag about him. I got dudes that want to be with me. How long do you think them dudes gonna be with you, bro? Them dudes ain't gonna sit there and be waiting on your ass. And typically what happens is if the guy is valuable enough, even if you don't, he shocks you by what? You go out there playing them games, then what happens? What happens is he end up going someplace else. Almost certainly. He goes someplace else. Now, once he goes someplace else and he tired of dealing with your ass, guess what? You back with who you think you want to be, i.e. Kevin Gates, and typically that dude that you're dealing with is less quality than the last dude you was dealing with. So what happens is a lot of these ladies, because they don't upgrade themselves, every year you end up dealing with a guy with less money, less opportunity, you know, more of a side chick, playing little games, and then you come back and talk about, well, you guys want to put us on the clearance rack. Well, look at this, man. Like your own baby daddy put you on the clearance rack. Okay, you're getting $5,500 a month. What is that saying now? It's also saying that these dudes in the NBA have a cheat code. They figured out that, number one, they not gonna marry you. Most of them, right? They'll have babies by you all day long. They never gonna marry you. They know that you will give them a baby without marrying them. So now why should they do it? That's number one. They're not gonna do it. They know they don't have to do it, so why would they? All right? Then you go out, you get paid $5,500 a month, which in theory, that's a lot of money for a kid, but that ain't a lot of money for you. You still gotta get out there and work. And guess what? You can't get another dude that's like that because everybody didn't see how you've been acting. So you didn't shot yourself in the foot, just completely delusional. Meanwhile, he's winning with a $100 million contract with a new chick. She's getting everything that you should have gotten because you can't act right. You can't do right. Then got the nerve to come back and say you choose yourself. So you choose dustiness, you choose less opportunities, you choose people in your life like Kevin Gates. Like, who wants to be in your down badass life? Like, this is why I'm trying to tell a lot of these ladies, like, when you talk like this, it gotta make sense. Like, it gotta make sense. The things that you say just can't sound like clapbacks. I mean, it might sound like clapbacks to other women, but when you talk to men, we start trying to say, wait a minute, so you basically want to choose yourself in a more down bad situation. You're changing your religion, you're coming back in religion, you're still changing wrong men, you're crashing out on the internet, you're crashing out on these reality shows, you're crashing out with Doug Christie and Jackie Christie wife and all that stuff. Like, who wants to be a part of that life? That life is down bad. And a lot of guys just don't say nothing. We be sitting there, listen to you talk about yourself, talking about, if you Brittany Renner, a whole bunch of nothing, and then sitting back thinking like, damn, so when we going back to the house? And obviously, because you don't make bad decisions, yeah, you're gonna go back to the house, you're gonna get clapped all over, it's gonna be loud, and then you're gonna be right back to where you started from, which was nothing. Then you be 40 years old talking about on the internet how you still value yourself. Then you be 50 talking about how you value yourself, and you just getting down bad more and more each year. Now P.J. Washington became a billionaire, he retired, you know, he doing whatever he doing now, owning a part of an NBA team, and guess who out there down bad? You. Like, when do you get your life together? At what point? When do y'all stop? And you know what? I used to really be like a lot harder on some of the stuff I heard from women, especially in the black community. But at this point, we just praying for you. I really am. For a lot of you ladies out there, I feel sorry for y'all who talk like this. I look at you, I say, I plead the blood of Jesus on your life. I really do. And it's sad to see women acting like this. It's sad. It's funny to some people, but it's not funny no more. I see this, I say, man, this is not even funny. What is wrong with her? What is she smoking on? Is that, what kind of cocktail is that? Is that a shot of Hennessy and some 8-ball mix? What is that? Is that a St. Ides and a double shot of Smirnoff vodka into one? And why did you drink it by yourself? Did you have a chaser? Why you didn't call me? So I could have stopped you. Don't drink and drive. What's wrong with you? I need to get your life together. Why you like the old folk used to say, while the blood is still running warm in your vein. Get your stuff together. Stop going out here being this dusty and telling everybody your business. Y'all think y'all sound smart. I promise you don't sound smart at all. People don't nobody take this kind of stuff seriously. When y'all post this stuff online and then we see your life dusting it up all on the streets, we see you out here weaving and sailing with Kevin Gates and dudes like that. We just see you like, look at her. I told you. Don't say nothing, just look at her. Look at her down bad. She's so damn down bad over there. Just look at her. Ain't she down bad? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.